I did something that completely changed the game for me. And if you do this one thing as well, this is going to attract the person into your life. Can we take a moment for the drink? So you want to find love in your 30s. Here's what you're gonna do. First thing I want you to do is subscribe to this channel and then comment what type of partner you're looking for. And listen, the reason that you're doing this is because you're putting out into the world, into the universe, into God's peripheral, like, yes, this is what I want. The more that you take action and the more that you attract these types of things into your life, the more that they're going to take place, the faster they're going to take place. The more that the world sees, hey, like, this person likes this. Okay, I'm gonna start showing them more things like this and get you closer to where you actually wanna be. So I'm gonna give you the exact steps to finding love in your 30s. And if you feel like you're too late, I get it. Society pushes us, pressures us, tells us that we're on some arbitrary timeline that we need to have XYZ or be married by the time we're 30. And what if that's just not everybody's timeline? I wanna share with you how I literally manifest. I prayed for my husband and he walked into my life 3 months later. And I'm gonna give you the exact code, the cheat code. You might be doing a few things wrong there. And what you put out, you get back. So we're gonna talk about that today. The first thing we're gonna do is let go of the pressure of feeling like we need to find our person yesterday. The second that you take that pressure off yourself, you start operating at a higher vibe. You stop feeling desperate. You stop scrolling Tinder. You stop desperately looking at every man and seeing if he has a ring on his finger. Trust me, I know, I've been there. But as soon as you just sit back and you say, you know what? Okay, I am not in control of this. I cannot control when I meet my spouse. So sitting back, letting go of the control and just letting be whatever it is really puts you into the mindset of allowing that person to walk into your life. Letting go of that pressure allows you to open up space for a person to take their time and really come in and compliment who you are and not somebody who you may have needed when you were younger. So I think we look for a lot of people to fill our gaps and to really like fill voids in our own life, and we think that inputting a partner is gonna fix all of that. But it doesn't. It just makes it more messy. It just makes you having to face your actual problems on the back burner instead of confronting your problems, working through it, and then allowing that space to be open for a person, a spouse. Which brings me to my next point, personal growth. It's so pertinent in figuring out exactly what you want, who you are, and who you want to attract into your life. Who you desired when you were 20 is not going to fill all of the things that you need in your 30s. And I think it's important to state that you're in such a position of power if you're in your 30s and you're single, because you literally held on through all of your 20s, all of the tumultuous times, and you didn't settle. And that's saying a lot. And so I want to commend you for that, first of all. Second, knowing that it's not too late. It's never too late. Some people find love in their 40s, 50s, 60s. Your timeline is different from every person's, so stop looking left and right and looping it back to personal growth. Focus on yourself. I want you to be so enwrapped and so preoccupied by your life and what you're doing and your hobbies that you don't have time to perseverate or worry about not having a partner. And when that person does walk into your life, they're just going to enhance everything. And that is the exact position that you need to be, the type of vibe that you need to start feeling and living out in order to actually attract that person to compliment you and not become your other half. I don't believe in other half. I believe in other whole. You are a whole person, they are a whole person, and when you come together, you make something absolutely beautiful for each other. Let's actually get to how I attracted my partner. So, I'm gonna open up and get a little vulnerable here. So this is a place where we don't judge, okay? I was in my late 20s and I had been feeling low for a while. I was ready, I thought I was ready for a partner and someone to actually settle down with and do life with and start building with. Well, I was in Bahrain, and if you don't know where Bahrain is, it's in the Middle East. It's a little island off the side of Saudi Arabia. So I was there deployed, and on deployment, rules seem to be different. And I say that in a sense of People just lose their morals and they feel like whatever they do out there does not affect them back home. And it's a really sad, sad scenario. I have always upheld my values, my morals. Yes, I sin, but I've always just kept it close to the heart. Like, okay, I'm gonna be who I am at home and I'm gonna be who I am here too. So, long story short, I found out this guy I had a relationship with on deployment was married. And believe me, it completely wrecked me. As soon as I found that out, I ran back to my Connex box. We lived in like shipping containers and started bawling my eyes out. And I called my mom, basically telling her what was going on, like just so at my lowest, so sick of these men just using me. And I was at the end of my rope. Guess what that means when you're at the end of your rope? It's a great place to be, because then you get to let go and trust that there's gonna be water beneath you catching you. I called my mom, we FaceTimed. I said, Mom, I need you to pray right now. I need you to pray that I never attract these people into my life again, that God is working on my future spouse. I said, that's it, I'm done messing around. I am gonna be abstinent from here on out. Like, this is it. Like, I let go. I let go at the end of my rope, and this is where we were. So, fast forward, I did something that completely changed the game for me. And if you do this one thing as well, this is going to attract the person into your life that you desire. It's so powerful. You see this little guy right here? Don't go anywhere. I promise you this works. January, I wrote down everything I desired in a person, in a man. Everything I wanted. I said, all right, God, like, I'm going to put this on paper. I'm going to look at it every single day, and this is what I want. This is the person that I want to attract. And I'm not looking left or right, and I'm not looking anywhere else, and I'm not going to get distracted by people that come into my path that are not this type of man. So I said, look, I wrote down it's the one, and I'll read you some of them. Has a relationship with God, strong family values, makes fitness and taking care of his body a priority. And here's what's funny is I wrote down at least 6 feet tall. And those things were not super important to me. Like, I really love a person for who they are inside and their personality. I said I want him to be at least 6 feet tall, and he desires to have 2 to 4 kids, and he loves the ocean. So here's the kicker. I wrote this in January of 2020. Fast forward, I finished deployment, one of the best deployments of my life. I'm focused, I'm driven. And in that year, in August, my husband walks into my life. And I promise you, like, I feel like this would not have happened if I did not manifest and pray for it. There's power in asking God for what you want and fully saying, like, I am ready, I am here, I am open, and look at all the work that I've done. He knows, he sees. The universe knows, like, the world sees where you're at. You need to have the realization that you have the power to completely step into that version of yourself that actually has the partner, that gets married, that has that love. Stop believing that you'll never find it. That's the first thing. It's like, believe that you already have it. And the biggest part of manifestation, and I talk about it in this video up here, it's a feeling. It's a way to actually operate, a way to feel using your 5 senses and feeling what it would smell like, taste like, look like, what it would feel like. Like, what would you feel in your body when your future partner finally walked into your life? When my husband walked into my life, I married him 3 months later, and I had only met him one time in person. So pretty crazy love story, and we're still married, almost 5 years later. It's so beautiful how God works. If you're not finding your partner and you're in your 30s and you've been running in the same circles, doing the same thing, going to work, going home, staying with this group of friends, also maybe you should pick up a new hobby. Like, go out into a different social event, go on Facebook and go on a meetup. Go start to do something socially, go on a pickup team for volleyball. Like, put yourself out there a little bit more. And once you've written down your desires and look at them like every single day and pray on it, and you put yourself out there, like, you're going to find your person. It's just a matter of time. You're not at a lack. You're not missing anything, but it's knowing that when this person walks into your life, they're gonna add value to your life. Like, they're not filling voids, they're not filling gaps. That's not what we're doing. You're gonna work on those voids and gaps. If you don't think that this is real, give it a try. Try it for a month, see what happens. If anything, it's gonna make you a better person and posture your heart so that you will be ready when they walk into your life. It is powerful stuff, and it is beautiful and magical, and I'm here for it. So, if you're looking for love in your 30s, trust the process. Work on yourself, self-growth. Be patient. Write down all your desires in a journal of a list of things that you want your spouse to be. Pray on it, manifest it every single day, and go try new things. And it'll work. It's just being patient and believing that your person is out there for you. If you got something from this video, I would love for you to leave a comment and say, what was your biggest takeaway? Love has a way of showing up when you're living your truth. And when it does, you'll be ready. Until next time.